This video is about how to help identify who the real decision maker is throughout the sales process. What you're going to walk away with is just a very specific technique on helping to uncover that. So we go into the sales process, we meet with the individuals who will take our call, and we go through the evaluation process. And one of the most important things we can do early on in the sales process is figure out what that decision-making process is. Who's involved, exactly what the process is, does it have to go through procurement, is this an RFP, what is it, all right? So there's a couple of different ways. Obviously, you want to, if you can't ask, or if you do, hey, what is the decision-making process here? And who's involved? And again, first call, qualification call, I usually try and ask that, especially if there's something, compelling event coming up here. Problem is a lot of people especially people who are non-decision makers, people below the power line, they're going to say, oh, well, they're going to give you a vague answer to that. Or they're going to kind of put themselves in the position to make that decision. And you kind of get a sense that there's more to it, obviously, than this. So you can push them hard if you want to and say, hey, no, I know there's other people involved here. But sometimes that gets a little testy, and you might push them off. So one of the techniques that I actually learned a little while ago from somebody else, they said what they do is to uncover the decision-making process and see who really is the final decision maker on this, they actually go into the meeting prepared with the name of the person as high as they can find on the list. So if you're selling to IT, they actually go on the website and they find out who the CIO is. Or if you're selling to sales, they go on the website and find out who the VP of marketing is. So if I'm meeting with a mid-level marketing person or a mid-level salesperson, and you can find out who the VP or CMO is or whoever that is pretty easily on the website. Most companies have it right there. So what you do is you go in with that name, and when you're talking to the person who is positioning themselves as kind of the go-to person, if you will, all you do is you simply say, okay, so great. So when does Jim need to be involved in this? Jim being the VP of sales or whoever. And one of the reasons you ask that is to see what the reaction of that person's going to be. Because there's usually two reactions in my experience in using this technique. One is, well, yeah, Jim, well, not right now. I mean, Jim, ultimately, he's the one who signs off on this, but, we don't need to get him involved now. I'm just doing the evaluation, blah, blah, blah. So all of a sudden, I just identified Jim as the final decision maker, and I let that person know that I know Jim is the final decision maker on this, and we're going to figure out a way to get there. The other response you get to this is, well, actually, Jim doesn't need to be involved in this. I'm the budget holder. I'm the one who makes this decision. So, and he's empowered me with the budget and the authority and all that other wonderful stuff. Okay, good. So it's just a nice way to first of all, show that you know them as a business and you've done your homework because you know the players, and also uncover where that player needs to come in, or if that person is the ultimate person that you need to get involved with. So in closing, you can ask the decision-making process and who's involved and trying to get it that way. If they're being a little evasive on it, just ask them, hey, when, go in with that name and ask, hey, so when does so-and-so need to be involved in this? Good luck and happy selling.